Why you don't delegate even when you know you should. How comfortable are you asking someone to do something for you? Not as a favor, but when it's literally their job. When you have to delegate something, what do you actually do? Do you say it clearly and move on, or do you hesitate, explain too much, and somewhere in your head you decide, you know what, I'll just do it myself because that's faster, cleaner, and you know it'll be done right. And if you look closely, this isn't occasional, this is a pattern. You have people, but you still don't let go. And it's very easy to say, my team isn't capable. But if you're being honest, that's not the full truth. Because this is not just about your team. This is about what's going on inside you in that exact moment when you choose to hold on. Let's look at that honestly. See which one feels a little too familiar. You don't actually want to let go of control. You say it's about trust, but it's also this. You don't like the idea of something happening without you knowing, without you deciding, without you having the final say. You're used to being in control. So even when you delegate, you stay involved. You check, you step in, you take it back. Because letting go doesn't feel natural. And as long as that stays true, you won't really delegate. You'll just keep calling it a team issue. But if you look at it differently, control does not come from staying involved in everything. It comes from creating a way of working where things continue to move correctly even when you are not present. Because if everything needs your involvement to go right, that's not control, that's dependence. You don't want to lose your importance. Right now, you matter. People come to you, they wait for your decisions, they depend on your judgment, and that feels good. It gives you a place, a sense of value. So when you imagine things running without you, it's not just efficiency, it's also what happens to my role then? And that question is uncomfortable. So you stay needed, even when you don't have to be. But what you need to see is that your value does not reduce when your business stops depending on you. It actually increases because the real role of a business owner is not to be needed at every step, but to build something that can run without constant dependence on you. You don't believe others can think like you. You have a certain way of looking at things, what matters, what doesn't, what needs attention right now. And in your head, no one else sees it that way. So you don't even try to fully let go because you've already decided they won't match your thinking. And because of that, they never get the chance to. But the reality is that no one will think exactly like you, and they don't need to, because growth does not come from cloning your thinking. It comes from building enough clarity that different people can still arrive at the right outcome. You're afraid of what happens if they outgrow you. You may not say this out loud, but it's there. If they learn everything, if they start handling things on their own, what if they don't need me anymore? What if they leave? What if they become competition? So you hold back, just enough. You delegate tasks, but not your thinking. You stay necessary by design. And this is where it needs to change. If people grow because of you, you're not losing control. You're increasing the strength of your business. Because a business that depends on one person is always fragile. But a business where people can think and act becomes scalable. You'd rather do it yourself than deal with imperfection. Because the truth is, when someone else does it, it's not exactly how you would do it. It's slower, it's messier, it needs correction, and that irritates you. So instead of dealing with that, you step in because doing it yourself feels cleaner in the moment. But over time, that decision keeps you stuck doing things you've already outgrown. What you should know is, if you only accept work that matches your exact standard from day one, you will always be the one doing it. Because building capability in others always looks imperfect in the beginning. And that phase is not a problem, it is the process. Now just pause for a second. Which one felt uncomfortable? Because that's usually the real one. And if this doesn't change, nothing dramatic happens, your business doesn't collapse, but it also doesn't move. You stay involved in everything, your team stays dependent, and your business stays limited to how much you can personally handle. Not because it has to, but because you haven't really let it grow beyond you. And until this shifts, delegation will keep feeling like something you know you should do, but never fully do. If you like where this is going, stick around, there's lots more to explore.